Richard Ojeda made a shocking announcement a couple days ago about his presidential campaign. He posted this on the Young Turks YouTube channel. Take a look.
Hey, everybody. You know, when I was a kid in grade school, my teachers always said that anyone can grow up and become president. And unfortunately, what I'm starting to realize is that unless you have wealth, influence, and power, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, we've made the decision that we're going to end this presidential campaign because I can't see continuing to ask people to donate when I can't get no FaceTime. I don't want to see people, send money to a campaign that's probably not going to get off the ground. So I just want each and every one of you all to know that my fight is not over. I'm going to continue being a voice, and I'm not done. I'm not done. I may not be able to continue on in this presidential race, but I can assure you that the only thing I've ever wanted to do was to try to help people. I think that whoever does win the presidency needs to be somebody who is willing to check Big Pharma, who understands that we have got to find the jobs of the future, who understands how important it is to look out for the working class citizens and support our unions so that all working class citizens can have a voice at the table, and that's important. So thank you very much for your support. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.
Yeah, that makes me sad. I really wanted to see him on the debate stage. I mean, I was really, really looking forward to seeing him on the debate stage. And as I said previously, I think that he would have played the role, perhaps unwittingly, but he would have played the role of Bernie Sanders' attack dog. Because I don't think Richard Ojeda would have held back at all on anybody on the stage who he sniffed out as corporatist. Anybody who was, kind of faking the funk and acting like they were on board with the right policies, but ultimately serving Wall Street and literally calling Wall Street CEOs, asking for their support, as many candidates are doing. Cory Booker, there have been reports of him doing that, Kamala Harris, Kirsten Gillibrand. So I think that Ojeda would have been uncompromising in going after those people. And I also think Ojeda wouldn't have laid a glove on Bernie, and perhaps some of the other candidates he wouldn't have laid a glove on. So I think that he would have had actually a very positive effect on the race. However, I do agree with his assessment that he wouldn't have been able to win. And I think that there are many reasons for that, but I think it is true that many people who may have considered supporting him, they're just Bernie Sanders people, and he's the original OG, and when Bernie jumps in the race, their vote's going to go to Bernie. And even though we could sit here and say positive things about Ojeda and how massively anti-corruption he is, for example, he's got a wonderful anti-corruption plank in his platform, ultimately we know that Bernie's more of the total package, in my opinion. I think Bernie's clearly better on foreign policy, and Bernie's better on many issues. And even though Ojeda is a real populist bulldog, and he's perhaps the strongest on unions and the strongest on corruption, it would have been hard for him to overcome the fact that many of his supporters are going to go to Bernie, and it also would have been hard for him to overcome some things about his past that I don't think many primary voters were going to look past, including the fact that he voted for Republicans for president most of his life. There's even somebody like me, and I like Richard Ojeda a lot. When I hear that, he voted for McCain over Obama and then Romney over Obama, I have zero sympathy for that. I have a modicum of sympathy for the Trump vote because the reasons he gives are, hey man, listen, it's all about I don't want people in West Virginia to lose our jobs. And Trump said, I'm going to make sure you keep your job. Hillary was talking about the opposite, talking about we got to totally get rid of coal, and he knows how that impacts people on the ground. And, Ojeda says Trump sounded much better on trade policy. So I can actually sympathize with somebody who voted for Trump for those populist reasons. Now, Ojeda, feels bad about voting for Trump now, and that's another area where I agree with him. And he's being honest and upfront about that. Hey, I think I was wrong. Trump is a liar. Now that's proven. So I actually can look past that part, but what I can't look past is the Mitt Romney one and the fucking McCain one. And, I think that on some of the social issues, he would have been weaker. On environmental issues, he would have been weaker than many of the other candidates. And even though he's really great on unions and corruption, I don't think that would have been enough to get him over the top. And he knows that he's seen the evidence for the past however many weeks or months since he's announced that he's running, that I'm just not going to be able to muster up the support to make this, a serious campaign. And I think he's doing a very noble thing here, which is he's saying, as a result of that, I don't want to take money, because he knows who's going to donate to Richard Ojeda, working class people, and he knows I don't want to take money from these people if I know that my campaign's not going anywhere. Something about that feels unethical, feels immoral. And so, in a very strange way, the conclusion of Richard Ojeda's campaign ends with the same sentiment that it originally started with, which is compassion for working people. And I genuinely believe he cares about those issues massively. That's why he launched his campaign, and I think that's why he's ending his campaign. But yeah, I'm sad to see him drop out, because I think he would have been a wonderful addition to the debates, and I would have loved to see him smack up some corporatists on stage. Hopefully he still stays involved in politics. I think he will do that. Will he take on Manchin the next time? Maybe. Will he take on some other West Virginia politician? Maybe. We'll see. Will he, snuggle up close to Bernie and maybe get a position as Secretary of Labor or something? That'd be pretty sweet. I think he'd be a wonderful Secretary of Labor. So, whatever. We'll see what happens. But Richard Ojeda, I like him, man. I like him. I have disagreements with him, but I like him. And a little sad to see him drop out.